Today, we will learn the following properties with respect to integers. Have you ever thought what will be the addition of any integer with 0? Let's understand it. Suppose that the value of one apple is +1 and the value of one orange is -1. When the basket is empty, we will say that the value of basket is 0. Now, if we place 10 apples in the basket, then what will be the value of the basket? Think for a while. You got it right. Since the value of the basket was 0, when 10 apples are placed in it, its value became +10. This is because adding 0 to +10 gives a value +10. Similarly, if we place 8 oranges in an empty basket, then the value of the basket becomes 0 plus -8 is equal to -8. Therefore, adding any integer a to 0 gives the same integer. Since the value of integer doesn't change even if we add 0 to it, we can say that 0 is the additive identity of integers. Now, let's know about the multiplicative identity property of integers. Before knowing this, there is a question for you. Can you tell the number which when multiplied by any integer gives the same integer? Think for a while. You got it right. That number is 1. Now, let's understand this. Suppose we take some red and blue buttons. Consider the value of red button as +1 and blue button as -1. If we take 10 red buttons and arrange them in a row, then its value can be found like this: 1 into +10, which is +10. Similarly, if we take 10 blue buttons and arrange them in a row, then its value can be found like this: 1 into -10, which is -10. By doing this, you can understand that any integer multiplied by 1 gives the same integer. In general form, a into 1 is equal to a, and 1 into a is equal to a. Therefore, we can say that 1 is the multiplicative identity of integers. Is -1 also a multiplicative identity? Think for a while. Yes, you are absolutely right. When multiplied with -1, the value of integer changes. Therefore, -1 is not a multiplicative identity. Now, let's understand the additive inverse. Suppose you are standing at position 0. The distance towards your right is measured with positive integers and the distance towards your left is measured with negative integers. If you move 7 meters towards left, then you will reach at -7. But if you move 7 meters towards the right, then you will reach at +7. Here, you have moved equal distances, but in the opposite direction. That means -7 and 7 are at equal distance from 0, but in opposite direction. Any two integers whose position is at equal distance from 0 but in opposite direction are called additive inverse of each other. Similarly, we can say that 3 is to the right side of 0 and -3 is to the left side of 0, and the distance from 0 to both numbers is equal. Therefore, 3 and -3 are the additive inverse of each other. Now think, what will be the result of adding such numbers? Think for a while. You got it right. Addition of such numbers is 0. Therefore, we can say that two integers, a minus a, whose addition is 0, are the additive inverse of each other. Today, we have learned the following properties with respect to integers. Thank you. Today, we will see the examples on following properties of integers: multiplicative identity, additive inverse. One day, game of riddles was played in a classroom. Rajesh came forward and asked the riddle. I'm a number when multiplied by 1 gives the answer -10. Identify who I am. Mithali gave -10 as the answer. Is Mithali's answer correct? Let's first express the riddle in mathematical form. We need to find a number which when multiplied by 1 gives the result minus 10. Can you tell the number to be filled in the blank space? Think for a while. Let me tell you. 1 is the multiplicative identity of integers. That means when any integer is multiplied with 1, we get the same integer. General form is 1 into a is equal to a. With this understanding, we can say that minus 10 should be written in the blank space. Therefore, Mithali's answer for the riddle is correct. Example 2. In a competition, plus 1 point is given for the correct answer and minus 1 point for the incorrect answer. Vipul has given correct answers for 24 questions and has given incorrect answers for some questions. If he receives 0 points in the competition, then find the number of incorrect answers given by Vipul. Plus 1 point is given for the correct answer and minus 1 point is given for the incorrect answer. Since Vipul has given 24 correct answers, therefore Vipul will get 24 into plus 1 is equal to plus 24 points. We need to find the number of incorrect answers given by him, due to which his total points are 0. We can say that points for correct answers plus points for incorrect answers is equal to 0. That means plus 24 plus points for incorrect answers is equal to 0. So tell me, what will be the points for incorrect answers? Think for a while. Let me tell you. Addition of any two integers is 0 when both the integers are additive inverse of each other. Additive inverse of plus 24 can be obtained by changing its sign, which will be minus 24. Therefore, we can say that Vipul has received minus 24 points for incorrect answers. Since for each incorrect answer, minus 1 point is given, Vipul must have answered 24 questions incorrectly. Today, we have seen some examples on following properties of integers. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions related to this topic. Thank you. Today, we will see the misconceptions on the following properties of integers: additive identity, multiplicative identity, and additive inverse. Choose the correct option from the following with respect to multiplicative identity. Sometimes students get confused between the concepts of additive identity and multiplicative identity. Due to this confusion, 0 is considered as multiplicative identity and 1 is considered as additive identity. This is an incorrect understanding. Therefore, option 1 is an incorrect answer. Similarly, minus 1 is also considered as multiplicative identity along with 1. Children ignore the fact that the sign of the number changes when multiplied with minus 1. Only on the basis of the numeral value, they understand that minus 1 is also a multiplicative identity. This is an incorrect understanding. Therefore, option 2 is incorrect. Correct understanding is that when any integer is multiplied with 1, the result is the same integer. Therefore, 1 is the multiplicative identity of integers. Thus, option 3 is the correct answer. Misconception 2. 0 is an additive identity. Which of the following options is correct for this statement? Some children ignore the fact that additive identity is a property of addition. In option 2, 0 is subtracted from minus 4 and the result obtained is also minus 4. Here, subtraction is carried out and not addition. Therefore, this example is not suitable for the statement 0 is an additive identity. Thus, option 2 is an incorrect answer. Similarly, some children understand that when 0 is multiplied with any integer, then the result is 0. Therefore, 0 is the additive identity. This is an incorrect understanding. With this understanding, option 1 is given as an incorrect answer. Some children get confused between additive identity and additive inverse. Hence, option 3 is considered as additive identity property. This is an incorrect answer. Example in option 3 is suitable for property of additive inverse. This example demonstrates that 4 and minus 4 are additive inverse of each other. Correct understanding is by adding 0 to any integer, the result obtained is the same integer. Like minus 4 plus 0 is equal to minus 4 or 0 plus minus 4 is equal to minus 4. Therefore, 0 is an additive identity. With this understanding, option 4 is correct answer. Today, we have seen the misconceptions on the following properties of integers. Thank you.